This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show and welcome to the new channel. The selection process has been complete. Creepy Joe has taken office, and personally, who really cares at this point? I mean, you're picking between two puppets who work for the same people who are taking orders to continue to divide this country with the shenanigans of the left and right paradigm. However, I wanted to do a tribute to Creepy Joe here, but unfortunately you can't. So I just made a tribute to Creepy Joe over on my website at callforanuprising.com where you can do it. Because I've noticed over here, I did receive a strike within the last couple months just for putting a picture of Joe in the thumbnail doing some really weird stuff with a member of his family. But that's another story for another day here on YouTube. But if you want to see that video for Joe, it's available on my website. Now, here comes a little bit of predictive programming, right? Not only have there been mentions, of course, we've heard of Trump refusing to leave. We saw the refusal, to leave up until a point. But now there's a lot of hinting as well about Trump returning in 4 years. Trump even says, "I'll see you soon," hinting at it, as well as all of the mainstream media being fearful of it. If you're not aware, you can run for office. I mean, quote, wink, wink, run for office for a second term in between terms. So he's allowed to run again and again. It's not about that. He has to get through the selection process with the other Republican candidates, but you're allowed to run, I guess, as many times as you want, but you're only allowed to serve 2 terms. And they're hinting at him running again in 4 years. But a lot of people aren't aware of that because it's very unusual. Stephen Grover Cleveland, I believe, is the only president who ran for a second non-consecutive term. That's the term that they use. We should just call it a non-selective term. He was the 22nd and 24th president of the U.S. But listen to what Trump had to say on his way out of the White House.
Great honor, the honor of a lifetime, the greatest people in the world, and the greatest home in the world. They call it a home. We've had it amazing 4 years. We've accomplished a lot. We love the American people, and again, it has been something very special. And I just want to say goodbye, but hopefully it's not a long-term goodbye. We'll see each other again. Thank you all very much.
So that's pretty interesting, right? Now, this is one of the things that you're going to hear because this, even with Biden in, you're still going to constantly hear stuff about Trump because they have this impeachment trial, even with him gone. And the reason that they're going through with it is part of the charade between the left and the right to keep this fire going between liberals and Republicans, because without that, they don't have a real easy way to divide people. It's become the easiest way for them to divide people. And that's the whole point of the left-right. So the impeachment trial for Trump, it's not a guarantee that he's going to be convicted. And obviously this would be part of the circus, part of the plan, because none of this is real. But they would need 17 Republicans to join the Democrats to make it happen. So it's a long shot to have him impeached. And that's why this will be a show that continues to carry on. The 14th Amendment, okay, so the 14th Amendment applies to Trump because the Section 3 of the amendment could exclude the president from running for office again. So that's one of the things, and one of the reasons, because people were saying, well, why would he's already out of office. Who cares if he gets impeached? Well, this is going to be the show and the drama that they continue to carry on, is this impeachment trial. And they're going to make it this big thing because Trump supporters are going to be all pumped. All right, he'll be back in 4 years. He'll get his seat back because we won't let him cheat again. And all the nonsense and the drama that they create with this crap, right? And the Q move, it's part of the plan, right? Let Biden come in and then Trump's going to save the day again. I mean, it never ends. That's the story now we hear from the deep state. QAnon attacking the deep state is the plan is that Trump is going to be back in 4. That's part of the plan, I'm sure. It's part of the planned plan that they've created to cause more division, because it would only be like You know how big of a circus? You thought it was bad this year with everything with Trump and Biden? Can you imagine in 4 years from now, him coming back to to fight Biden? And let's say liberals are going crazy. Everything's great. They've passed all these laws like, parenthood, the planned one, to be allowed in every state, and all these horrible things, and the LGQZP, pushing it on kids and all that stuff. And then they'll come, as Babylon is shining here and Sodom and Gomorrah is reigning supreme, they'll roll Trump back out. They'll get everyone scared. They'll get everyone riled up. It smells perfect for the plot. It really, truly does. And Trump has even hinted at it. So that is why the impeachment thing is important. And it's not important in the sense that it's real. It's important in the sense that they're going to drag this out for that reason, because they're going to get people all fear panicked up. Oh, he could come back in 4 years, and then they could do something with Russia again and rigged. All this nonsense that all these people buy into and think is real. And like I've said before, I watched the inauguration, some of it. I had to put it on mute. Couldn't stomach the BS that all these people spew. Seeing people like Alex Rodriguez there. Why is he there? Why is Lady Barfbag there? And J-Lo. What they're going to sing? What are they doing there? Do people not put one and one together and say, oh, they're social engineers? It's just unbelievable. What in the connection in the world does Lady Barfbag, who dances around naked in videos and sings songs about Alejandro, doing if this was a real, actual, presidency, and this was bringing what in the world? You have these people. You have Alex Rodriguez, a guy who, steroid user, baseball player, and even if that stuff's all fake or whatever, a baseball player there. Well, because he's J-Lo's husband, wife, whatever you want to call him. The charade of the people. They're there because they're the social influencers, like I've said a million times. They're the ones influencing the behavior of the people. They want to act how they act. They want to look how they look. They want to behave how they behave. So while I'm watching this, you can't even, it's just, I was waiting for Ric Flair to jump out of a cake, or, Macho Man. Oh, he's passed. Some wrestler. I was waiting for Vince McMahon to show up, right, with a steel chair. This is why I think Linda McMahon is in the cabinet, or was in the cabinet with Trump. I was waiting for Vince McMahon to run down with a steel chair down the stairs behind Biden, because it's so ridiculous and so fake. And they constantly, during this, we're talking about one specific word. And if you've watched my channel for now I'm going on 5 years, my very first videos, I was talking about this one specific word, one. And I have videos on it, one. And the repetition in music, the repetition with celebrities talking about one, and unity. Even with the one-niner thing going on now. Unite together. Why is that? Because the New World Order comes in the name of one. The Antichrist comes in the name of one, unity and love. And the common word you heard from everyone out there, from Garth Brooks. Yes, Garth Brooks is here singing at this thing. And from Biden's speech, and from poetry that's read, putting people to sleep, the constant theme is one, right? The New World Order is only built on one, the Tower of Babel. One religion. Okay? Remember the Tower of Babel. I've said it a trillion times. Most of you read the Bible. Some of you haven't read the Bible, and some of you aren't Christians. It was one language. God created all these languages because all of these people were uniting as one, building the Tower of Babel, literally thinking they were going to climb to heaven and dethrone God. And God scattered people throughout the lands and created multiple languages to keep people from doing this. They're going to bring a one world currency, a one world religion, which will be the religion under the Antichrist, which will be the satanic religion, the Aleister Crowley teachings, the do without wilt nonsense. One, everything. Everything. There won't be a Republican or Democratic Party anymore. Fascism will reign supreme, all of this stuff. So they mentioned it. They talked about it. You flat out can see what's going on. But again, nothing so far has occurred that's insane, obviously, but you have to look for the trigger words, the stuff with one, with Trump, hinting he'll be back in 4 years, which would just be more chaotic. And obviously, they're going to continue to push the impeachment stuff because they want to push the impeachment stuff. They want people to literally be up in arms against each other, divided. And I guarantee you, if they continue with the impeachment trial, that Trump will not end up being impeached. And people go, well, who cares? What's the big deal? Until they realize that Trump can run again, because most of them don't even think he can ever run again. And that's a fact. So keep an eye on that stuff. I'll continue monitoring this stuff. Any other videos I do on what happens today will likely be on my website. So make sure you check it out at callforunuprising.com. Again, it's $2.99 a month. No censorship. The forum is great. People are interacting. You could fellowship. You could talk about any conspiracy you want. There's forums for all of them. You don't have to, if you're not into this, you want to talk about the UFO Project Bluebeam stuff that's going on. People are talking about that over there. The outbreak stuff. So many things. So check it out if you haven't. And you always unsubscribe if you don't like it, if it's not your cup of tea. But thank you guys again for subscribing over here, and thank the Patrons. Because of you, it keeps this channel going here on YouTube. So thanks, everybody. The show continues on. The circus continues on. God bless you and your families.